Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamlyn and this is Sewn on the Tyne. I'm here today with my Sew Hayley Jane unboxing video. So if you're new here or you don't know what I'm talking about, Sew Hayley Jane is a monthly subscription box service for dressmaking. Yeah, for dressmaking really, but for sewing in general. There are 3 different levels of subscription box that you can get. The mini box, which is £20 a month, the classic box, which is what I subscribe to, and it's £35 a month, and the luxury box, which is £65 a month. Now every month Hayley, who runs the business, puts together an amazing box full of goodies around a theme that then gets posted out to everyone that subscribes, and it's like a wonderful gift arriving in the post. Obviously people pay for it themselves, but it's still like receiving a gift. It's really exciting when you see Hayley go onto Instagram and share all of the parcels being collected, and then you know you have that anticipation that in a couple of days time, if you're in the UK, your box is going to arrive, and it's just so exciting. Hayley posts worldwide, so wherever you are in the world you can receive a box too. Just before I show you what is in this month's box, I'm wearing something very bright and colourful for me, which I'm not sure is my usual style, but who cares? I'm feeling it. This is the Wanda wrap dress by Wardrobe by Me. I bought this pattern from Sew Your Own Wardrobe. They sell quite a few of the Wardrobe by Me patterns. I just thought it would be perfect for... you see Ziggy in the background. I thought it would be perfect for maternity as well as for nursing, because the wrap just can be pulled down at the front. This fabric is incredible. It's been very popular on Instagram. Lots of people have bought it. It's a viscose jersey, quite a substantial viscose jersey I would say, but with beautiful drape. And many online fabric sellers have had this in stock. I purchased mine from Bobbins and Bolts. I then had to purchase an extra ½ metre from Sew Your Own Wardrobe because I didn't quite have enough to get all of the pieces out for my dress. It is a reasonably fabric hungry pattern. It takes about 2½ metres in the size that I made, which I think was the size 14. But I'm really happy with it and already fancy making another one, and I've got a couple of fabrics lined up for that. Right, I think we'll get into it. So, this month's box looks the same as every month's box. So it comes like this, but it also comes in another package, like an envelope to protect it. Why can't I do words? It's baby brain. Right, so let's open it up. Then you have this inside. So you've got the tissue paper, the Sew Hayley Jane sticker. The tissue paper is always yellow, I believe, and you might get a sneak peek of the fabric underneath as well. So the first thing that I usually take out is the magazine. Hayley's been putting these magazines in for about 1.5 years now, and on the front it always tells you what this month's theme is. This month's theme is Knickerbocker Glory, which is a type of dessert if you're not familiar with that. You can see the sprinkles as well. So in the magazine it always starts off with Hayley introducing this month's theme and talking a little bit about what is in the box and what is in the magazine. Then there's an interview with a pattern designer, and this month it's Dorata Davies. Now Dorata Davies' pattern is in the luxury box, so if you subscribe at that level you get a sewing pattern in with your box, and this month it is pattern by Dorata Davies. So there's a lovely interview with her. There's always a make of the month, so whatever fabric comes in the box, if you share that over on Instagram with the hashtag SewHayleyJaneMakes, Hayley can then see your make, and she picks one each month as the make of the month. This month it's an amazing dress by Gillian, and it's the By Hand London Hannah wrap dress, which is amazing. And what I love as well is Gillian didn't have enough fabric to make her dress, so she just added in a panel of plain white underneath here, and it works perfectly. So that's Something to bear in mind if you subscribe to the box and you want to make a pattern and don't have enough fabric, there's usually a way around it. Maybe doing the facings in a different colour or the pocket bags or something like that. Then, who's this? It's me. So last month, if you watched my unboxing video, I shared that I'd contributed an article to last month's magazine, and then I did a follow-up in this month's magazine. So it's volume 2. Some photos of me there wearing the dress that I made in that same fabric that Gillian used in the previous article. I also refer to another dress that I've made, the same pattern, so the Rita shirt dress by Named, that I've made in a viscose, and it should be on my Instagram by now, but because of the weather I haven't managed to get photos of it yet, so it is coming, I promise. Keep an eye out on my Instagram and you'll see it. But I've basically given tips on how you can adapt a pattern to be suitable for different fabrics, and then things that you might need to bear in mind if you're changing the fabric type that you're going to use. So thank you, Hayley, for inviting me to contribute to the magazine. I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully it won't be the last time. Right, so then every month there is a one fabric two ways. So Gemma and Laura, who are monthly contributors to the magazine, receive the boxes and they each make something using that month's fabric. So here we've got Gemma, who's made the Zadie jumpsuit by Paper Theory in that amazing tropical viscose that was in last month's box. Love that. And then we've got Laura, who's made this gorgeous skirt, and she's used and adapted a maxi dress pattern from the new Great British Sewing Bee book, but she's made it into a skirt. So I love that as well. Then every month there is a profile of the month, so a subscriber of the month. So Hayley contacts one of her subscribers and asks them to contribute an article to the magazine and a profile of themselves and share a couple of their makes. I've been one of the profiles of the month before, my mum has as well, which was lovely. This month it is Jenny, and she's been subscribed for a few months now, and she's shared a couple of things that she's made. This gorgeous wrap dress in that amazing brushed jersey that was in the box a few months ago, and then again that lovely tropical print viscose from last month's box. I must get my garment made up. I did decide what I'm making with it. I'm making the Phoenix romper by Cali Faye Collection, and I've cut out the pattern pieces. I just need to cut out the fabric and get started. Then the Fold Line ladies always give some pattern suggestions that you could use the fabric for, which is great. There's an interview with Ginger Doodles, which is actually Gemma from the One Fabric Two Ways feature earlier. It's her design company, and there's a profile and interview with her because one of her products is actually in the box, which I'll show you in a minute. Then there's some links from Hayley of things that she's been enjoying, as well as a word search this month from Amy, and a couple of adverts and discount codes at the back, which is brilliant. So that's the magazine. So we've got a Knickerbocker Glory theme, which is all about like fruit and mainly fruit, but sort of ice cream, cream, sprinkles. I'm excited. So I'll start off by showing you the print. So every month there is a product from a small business, and like I said, this month it's from Ginger Doodles Designs. You get this product if you subscribe to the classic or the luxury box, not the mini box. But this month it is a screen print by Gemma, and as you can see it's a Knickerbocker Glory screen print, but all of the elements of it are actual sewing notions, which is amazing. But what is even more incredible is that every single one of these is hand printed. That's not a copy. Gemma has hand printed every one of these, and I know that Hayley has quite a lot of subscribers to the classic box in particular, so I dread to think how many Gemma had to print of these. I imagine she was working very hard, but I think that's really cool, and I'm actually going to frame this, and on the wall behind me there, where it says S and T for Sam and Tamlyn, that's going to come down, so those letters are going to come down, and that wall's going to be covered in my pegboard with my sewing resources on, but also some framed prints, and that is going to be perfect. So Great timing. Right, then you always get a sweet treat of some kind, and this month it's a couple of little chew sweets, which are like tropical fruit sweets. I've been very restrained and not had those yet because I was waiting to film this video. I've had the box for 2 days now. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. And I still haven't eaten those. You then always get a couple of sewing notions. This month there is a zip. Quite a long zip, which is useful. And also some lovely trim, which is like a small pom-pom trim. And it's in a gorgeous like baby blue colour. So that's going to come in handy. You always get a Gutermann thread to match the fabric. So this month it's white. Gives a little clue about the fabric. Then you always get some fat quarters. Now, I know that some people think, what am I going to do with fat quarters of fabric? How can I use them? But there are so many things that you can actually do with them. So obviously at the minute, face masks, face coverings is a perfect use for them. I saw somebody the other day, it was Angela from Devon Threadtails, made one of her daughters a pair of the new Tilly and the Buttons pyjama shorts using the So Hayley Jane fat quarters. Perfect. You can use them in garments for facings, pocket bags, or even like an element of that garment. So if you think about the Stevie top or dress from Tilly and the Buttons, how it has a contrast yoke, you could use fat quarters for that. You can make gifts like makeup bags. I filmed a tutorial on how to do that, which I'll link. So that's a perfect use for them. You can use them for wrapping presents. So instead of using paper, you can wrap presents in fabric and fat quarters. You can make tote bags. You can make hats for children, like a bucket hat. So Made by Jack's Mum has a great pattern for a summer hat for children that can be made using fat quarters. You can make bunting, cushions. You can make cushions. You can make all sorts. So please don't let the fact that there are fat quarters in the box put you off subscribing, because there's so many things that you can use them for. And yes, I do have a little stash of fat quarters because I used to buy them before I got the So Hayley Jane box anyway. I just loved that you got like different fabrics that kind of all went together if you bought them as a set. So I just loved that, going into Hobbycraft or somewhere like that and picking up some fat quarters. They kind of sparked my imagination before I started dressmaking. So I do have quite a stash of them, but I don't mind because I know I will use them. So anyway, after that big explanation about fat quarters, if you subscribe to the mini box you get 3, the classic box you get 4, and the luxury box you get 5. So this month I have got Life is Sweet with some lovely lollies and watermelon slices on. Then just a lovely spotty one. A larger spot. And this one which has got this sort of scalloped design on, which is lovely. So they all work together and can be combined into some sort of garment or object or whatever you like. And now to the main fabric. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I first opened the box and I saw this fabric, my initial thought was, what am I going to do with 2.5 meters of pineapple print cotton? That was my first thought, because it's not something I would buy and it's not something I would be drawn to. So I looked at the fabric, put it back in the box and started to read the magazine, and then all of these thoughts just started to spark in my head and I got loads of inspiration with what I could do with this fabric. So as you can see, it's a pineapple design. The pineapples go in all different directions, so it's not directional, which is great because you get more fabric for your money that way. I love the sort of crisscross design on there to show sort of the texture of the pineapple. And it's a cotton poplin, I believe. So it is structured, but it does still have a little bit of drape and if you were to scrunch it, it does sort of fall back to its original state rather than being really stiff, so that's good. So I've got 2.5 meters. Some people subscribe to the mini box and they therefore have 1 meter. So some of the things that I have been thinking in my head that I could make with this, and I haven't decided yet. The Stevie top or dress by Tilly and the Buttons would be great for that fabric. The Cielo top or Cielo top by Closet Case Patterns would be fantastic. If you've got 1 meter of the fabric, you can get that short-sleeved cropped version of the Cielo top out of 1 meter. You could make a little pyjama set, so you could make maybe the Ogden Cami by True Bias with the new Tilly and the Buttons shorts pattern, the Jamie shorts, and that'll be a lovely summery pyjama set. You could make a beautiful summer dress. So a couple that came to mind were the Jessica dress by Mimi G, and then one that is actually quite similar in appearance is the new dress from Sew Over It, which is in their Summer Dreaming ebook. I think it might be called the Sienna dress, but it's beautiful, and that's one that is tempting me actually. It would also make a fantastic play suit, so I'm thinking the Sophia play suit from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book, or the Sophia jumpsuit even, again would be fantastic in that fabric. I think I mentioned this last time, and it is one of the things I love about getting the box, is it pushes you out of your comfort zone, makes you think a little bit differently, a bit more creatively, and pushes you to try something you wouldn't usually go for, but then you can make something really beautiful with it that you will love. Or if it's really genuinely not for you, you could think about somebody in your family or friendship circle that would love something in that fabric, and you could make something for them, which is also lovely. So like I said, I haven't 100% decided what I'm making yet. I am swaying towards a lovely summer dress, possibly the Sienna dress from Sew Over It, possibly the Jessica dress by Mimi G, or possibly an Ogden Cami dress hack. So just the top of the Ogden Cami, then with a gathered skirt with some pockets, maybe with tie straps so it's good for nursing. I think that will be lovely as well. And I can just see myself on a lovely sunny day in one of those dresses in this fabric with a cocktail in the garden, obviously looking after my baby as well. But I think it'll just be a really fun dress to add to my wardrobe. So there we go, another amazing month, another amazing subscription box from Hayley. I just love getting it, it's so exciting. Just to remind you that I do have a link and a code that will get you 10% off your first box. So if you would like to sign up, I'll leave all of the details down below, and you can get your first box for a 10% discount. So whichever box you subscribe to, you can get it for 10% less than it should be. Have I explained that enough times? There's also no commitment, so if you found that you'd received a couple of boxes and you weren't really sure if you were enjoying receiving them, I mean, I'm not sure who would think that, but if you were, you can cancel at any time, so you're not tied into any sort of contract or anything. I love the joy of receiving it every month, and I imagine you will too. Oh, hi Ziggy. I imagine you will too if you opt to subscribe. Right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what was in this month's box and hearing some pattern suggestions and inspiration for what you could make with the fabric. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, I would love it if you did, so please hit that button, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Happy sewing. Bye. I can hear Ziggy behind me. Let's see if I move and you can see her. Oh, she's just behind the chair. But she's given herself a little bath. Oh, no I can't. I was just going to eat one of these, but I think Sam needs to take a photo of the box first.